The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match for the Universal Championship. Introducing first, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, the Universal Champion, Seth Rollins.
You know, Corey, I think in a number of ways you can say that this rivalry with the Fiend Bray Wyatt has been a turning point in the career of Seth Rollins.
I would completely agree with you. But by Seth's own admittance, he has never in his long storied career encountered anybody or anything quite like the Fiend. But Seth Rollins told me this: tonight will be different. Tonight there will be no fear, there will be no mercy.
Somehow, some way, Seth Rollins has to shake off the frustration of what happened at Hell in a Cell. Shake off the inability to stop the Fiend at Hell in a Cell and do whatever it takes here tonight.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
This match is indeed for the Universal Championship, a title which if Bray Wyatt wins, he would bring with him to Friday Night SmackDown. You can see the ring in that eerie red light. This match will be competed under Falls Count Anywhere rules, which means Falls Count Anywhere in the arena and beyond. In fact, this match cannot be stopped for any reason.
Until there is a victor.
Rollins Rollins and the Fiend went right to the throat of Rollins in a right hand, and suddenly the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, starts the match off, and it almost looks like Rollins is blinded. He was swinging wildly there for a moment, and now Wyatt has taken the fight to Seth Rollins.
I've never witnessed the Fiend's entrance in person. It is chilling, it is paralyzing. I can't imagine what it does to you mentally if you're Seth Rollins before the match even starts.
I agree with you, Byron. I don't know if we've ever seen such a malevolent being within the confines of WWE.
Organism of horror.
Well, remember, since it is Falls Count Anywhere, there won't be any countouts or disqualifications, and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, I should say, will use that to his advantage, I'm sure. Seth Rollins needs to somehow fight back into this, do whatever he can.
Beyond the mind games, let's not forget that the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, is a big physical specimen, incredibly powerful, incredibly fast, very, very dangerous in the ring, as Seth Rollins is finding out firsthand.
Think back to what Seth tried to do at Hell in a Cell, delivered
And a sling play by Rollins.
over 10 stomps to the Fiend, used a ladder, chairs, it still wasn't enough.
Blockbuster by Seth Rollins, trying to pull out all the stops here tonight to retain his Universal Championship. Launching himself off the top rope, knee right to the side of the Fiend, and the Fiend still on his feet.
Rollins trying to strike fast, looking for the upper hand.
Down to a knee, right to the midsection.
Seth could be looking for the stomp.
Oh, right hand caught him right flush.
Right between the eyes, but the Fiend barely registered.
Oh, what a crossbody running through Rollins. Now, how do you game plan for the Fiend?
You don't. There's no way. I don't see how you can truly prepare for the Fiend.
And you're not just talking about any superstar, guys. You're talking about the reigning Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, the guy who beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Rollins has been in all of the unwinnable situations and always finds a way out. The Fiend is a completely different entity.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was well on his way to a career year until he ran into the Fiend, and now that's his roadblock. Now the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, takes the fight outside the ring and dumps Seth Rollins now into the WWE Universe, where, again, falls count anywhere.
This is all perfectly legal, free to use the scenery and surroundings at will.
You gotta wonder, the more punishment that the Fiend is able to inflict, does more doubt start to seep into the mind of the Universal Champion.
Of course it does, Saxton.
Array of equipment boxes out there, and that's where the Fiend and Rollins find themselves. Rollins blocking himself from being sent into that LED board. And a Wyatt!
Rollins knows his back is against the wall.
Yeah, but Rollins doing everything he can, digging down deep, fighting away. Rollins up top of the barricade.
Rollins looking to strike again.
Super kick to the body, stops the Fiend for the moment.
Oh, what a stop!
On the outside of the ring, Rollins could end this right here.
Oh no.
The Fiend popped right back up after the stomp. And now Rollins finally realizes it. And Bray Wyatt about to get worse. Bang into the apron.
We talked about that doubt starting to seep into the mind of Seth Rollins. I think it might be there now.
And absolutely no doubt in the mind of the Fiend.
There was doubt in the mind of Seth Rollins before he even walked to the ring, Saxton. Seth has admitted as much. Seth has never encountered anything like the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
And the Fiend is burying himself into Rollins, pinning him against the barricade.
Ruthless cross faces to the Universal Champion. Guys, look.
Rollins bounced off the Arabic announce table and now sends Rollins to the floor.
What is the Fiend thinking about now? What is the Fiend planning to do?
Oh, the barricade! The barricade exploded!
Rollins just preserved his match and maybe his Universal Championship.
And that's the key right now, Corey, because this is a
Rollins got to
critical
cover
moment.
him. Cover him, Rollins. Look, Seth's got a valuable chance here. He's got to do something quick.
Yeah, but Byron, Seth has learned his lesson.
Byron just stomped the Fiend on the outside and the thing got right back up. Seth knows it's going to take more than that to keep this thing down.
Now Rollins setting up a table which is perfectly legal and Falls Count Anywhere.
Rollins keeping an eye on the Fiend in the distance.
Here he comes.
And his suicide dive will drive the Fiend back into the barricade.
Rollins at it again.
And again the Fiend driven back, but the Fiend still on his feet. How on earth he got up for the stop? Then he got up after being driven through the barricade. Now Seth Rollins is clearing off our announce table. It bounces the cowl of our announce table right off the face of the Fiend Wyatt. And again,
The Fiend's down for the moment. Can Seth do anything about it, though? These windows of opportunity are so fleeting.
trying to do everything in his power, anything he can do to keep the Fiend down.
Seth clearly not comforted by the fact that the Fiend is down. He understands it's gonna take more.
Well, and it's very telling that Seth has not gone for a cover yet in this matchup. He understands the brutality that he has to put his opponent through in order to win this match.
Don't forget the length Seth Rollins was willing to go inside Hell in a Cell just to keep the Fiend down.
Seth now with a second table. Stacking one on top of another.
The architect trying to devise some sort of master plan, some way to hunt the Fiend.
Now Rollins with a steel chair in hand to the midsection of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and now to the spine, and the Fiend down to one knee, and Rollins continues what has been a relentless assault on his challenger.
Rollins trying to eradicate what has been a toxic existence in his life.
Well, he admitted he'd have to go to a dark, dark place tonight.
Ooh. Rollins just wearing the steel chair out over the prone body of the Fiend.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Was that? Yeah.
Seth Rollins has the sledgehammer.
This is where the line was drawn in Hell in a Cell.
There will be no line drawn tonight.
Yeah, because the match cannot be stopped until there's a victor. And the Fiend placed on the steel chair. Seth Rollins trying to end the Fiend for good.
Seth, you sure you want to do this?
Trying to end the Fiend for good. And the Fiend! Mandible Claw! Mandible Claw!
Paralyzing Mandible Claw. Rollins trying to fight desperately out of it.
And a sledgehammer right to the side of the face. Not once, but twice.
It broke the hold, but hasn't stopped the Fiend.
The Fiend just keeps coming and coming and coming at you.
I don't know how to explain the existence of the Fiend.
It's not your job, Saxton. Worry about the Universal Championship right now. The Fiend is... Rollins is in trouble.
Yeah, Rollins has... He's just barely making it to his feet. The Fiend is clearing off the Arabic announce table here, and Rollins trying to do anything he can to survive.
The Fiend is just mauling Rollins. No.
Look at that sick face.
Oh, God.
An entity that cannot be stopped.
And again, the Fiend continues this malicious assault.
Guys, get out of the way. Let them do what they want to do.
I don't want to be anywhere near the Fiend.
You and me both.
Double chop to the throat of the Universal Champion.
What the hell is he looking at?
I don't... Go that way.
Can't go that way. Hey, there's nowhere to go.
The Fiend just stalking Rollins.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh! Rollins rolled out of the way and survived, perhaps.
Rollins just saved himself.
Here's Rollins, cover, to retain the title. At one.
Only a one count.
At one.
The Fiend just put itself through the announce table and kicked out at 1. What the hell are we dealing with?
Rollins, just an absolute look of disbelief in his eyes.
Well, it's the same look we saw at Hell in a Cell, Michael. That look of doubt.
Now Rollins going to use the chair again, burying it right in the rib cage of the Fiend.
The Fiend has not stopped stirring, not stopped, advancing toward the Universal Champion.
Oh, he's not human. There's no way to describe the fact that this man is still on his feet. And Rollins again right to the spine.
Rollins just swinging till he can't swing anymore.
The brutality that the Fiend has been able to endure to this point is, I hate to use the term supernatural, but this is not human. This is not normal.
And now it's Rollins' turn to go for broke.
Something's gonna break. Maybe it's Rollins, maybe it's the Fiend.
The Fiend!
No. Wait a
Back on
minute.
his feet again! Not allowing Rollins to come off the top rope.
God. Oh, God!
Oh, my God!
Rollins was just launched backward through both tables all the way to the floor.
Remember, Rollins was the one who set up those tables, and his plan just backfired.
Watch this, watch the impact. And the Fiend is literally lying on the top rope, admiring what he did.
That is a disturbing scene.
I can only wonder what's going through his mind.
I don't want to wonder. Rollins just writhing in pain.
Stomping like a jackhammer on the body of the Universal Champion. I mean, has Rollins even moved since crashing down? I can't quite get a vision.
Rollins gonna see
What
this.
is the what is the Fiend? Oh no! The Fiend pulling up that protective covering on the concrete floor around the ring here. It looks like steel grating actually, and
We wondered what was going on in the mind of the Fiend. We just got our answer.
I think you're right, Corey. Rollins, I don't believe he's moved since he went through the table.
I can't get a visual from all the wreckage on the outside from my vantage point, but
Rollins can barely stand.
Sick, sinister laugh. The pace.
no.
Looking for Sister Abigail on the steel grating on the floor.
Not out here.
And Rollins able to survive with an enziguri.
How in the world Rollins even mustered up enough energy to strike is beyond me.
He's a proud champion trying to do anything he can to survive. Steel steps in hand, bounced off the face of the Fiend a couple of times, now a third.
No, Seth's gonna go down. He's gonna go down in a blaze of glory.
Stop! Face first on the steel. Rollins to retain the Universal Championship. Hooks the leg, gives it an arrow kick out of two.
That is the best chance Seth Rollins has had to win this match.
was it even really a chance, though? I mean,
Well, you say it's a 2 count, so I guess it's a better chance than any.
Rollins stated on numerous occasions he wasn't going to hold back. He was going to do whatever was necessary to stop the Fiend terrorizing WWE, but Seth has yet to been able to solve that enigma.
Rollins has found a way to get back on the offensive here.
Yeah, it's the Fiend that's now out in the WWE Universe. Oh, steel chair.
Rollins may not even know where he is.
Fiend trying to make it back to his feet. Rollins back to his feet first. Remember, this is for the Universal Championship. It is Falls Count Anywhere. And the Fiend!
Gosh.
Face first!
Sister Abigail. If the Fiend can recover enough, we're gonna have a new Universal Champion.
And this could be the end of Seth
This is
Rollins'
it.
reign as Universal Champion. Rollins at 2.
Well, it just speaks to the iron will of Seth Rollins to be a fighting Universal Champion, to protect his championship. But the Fiend is just relentless right now. Take another look at this. Rollins driven face first.
Rollins was able to dodge the first Sister Abigail, but the second one connected.
The Fiend now dumping Rollins' body back into the ringside area.
Rollins trying to crawl away, create some space between him and the Fiend, and again, just plowing through Rollins. There's no stop in the Fiend. Full on, straight ahead. Do as much damage as possible.
Seth Rollins is beat up physically, I'm sure beat up mentally. Feels more and more like a helpless situation for the Universal Champion.
Rollins trying to stay away.
Seth looks like a wounded animal right now. Trying desperately to protect himself, to stay in this fight, but the Fiend.
Yeah, but where's he dragging Seth to?
I have a bad feeling we're gonna find out.
How much more damage is this man capable of? Or monster or freak or whatever he is.
The Fiend with evil intentions in mind. And Rollins just trying to get his bearings as the Fiend continues to strike.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait a
Get him
minute,
away
watch out.
from there. Get an official up to, no.
Oh my God, not off the stage. Rollins trying to fight back. Just survive Seth somehow.
Get the hell away from the ledge.
Stop on the stage.
That is a third stomp from Seth Rollins. And oh my gosh.
It's like the Fiend's impervious to the stomp.
Kick right to the face. Fiend is still on his feet. Still on his feet. And again, a kick by Rollins.
Keep chopping, Seth.
Striking with whatever he's got.
Stop again.
Number 4.
The Fiend still trying to make it back up. Rollins for another stop. 5 stomps in this match to the Fiend.
Rollins looking for number 6.
Still stirring, and a 6th stomp. Isn't enough for Rollins to retain the championship?
This is excessive. This is egregious. Somewhere there's got to be a human being in there. At what point is enough enough?
Rollins again.
And another stomp. You gotta be kidding me.
That is 7 stomps from Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins said, I need this to end. I know what I have to do.
Rollins trying to psych himself in the WWE Universe up for one final blow.
And a stomp again.
He's number 8, and Seth Rollins trying to.
For God's sake, Seth, just try to cover him.
You can't. I mean, the Fiend is still. He's still moving. He's still stirring. Ooh.
My God, Rollins teeing him up for another super kick right to the face. The Fiend still won't go down. Oh, what the? Oh my God.
Get some freaking professionals up there.
Oh, what the? Are you kidding me?
Oh no!
What the hell? The Fiend!
How is the Fiend standing?
And the mandible claw! Oh my goodness! The Sister Abigail, the Rollins! The Fiend rose from the ashes and won the Universal Championship!
Here is your winner and the new Universal Champion, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
I cannot believe what I've just witnessed. That man, the Fiend, was kicked off a stage into a bunch of equipment that blew up.
That's no damn man, Cole.
There was fire. There was fire and sparks everywhere. And the Fiend rose. And he took out Rollins to win the championship.
Rollins, he fought with his heart, he fought with his soul till he just couldn't fight anymore.
You are looking at Seth Rollins' Halloween horror story. The Fiend Bray Wyatt is the Universal Champion.
When there's no more room in hell, the Fiend shall rule the earth.